Dear students, welcome to our class on JRF SRF Net 2022 General Knowledge Lecture number 12. In this class also we try to understand some of the most important memory type bits and assertion and reasoning. In these questions also we try to go slightly advanced nature of questions like list 1 and list 2. In the list 1 there are ABCDs, list 2 Roman letter 1, 2, 3, 4 are given. In the codes you are given numerical number of 1, 2, 3, 4. In that again ABCD are given. So you should be very careful in picking up the answer from codes for list 1 and list 2. Now those type of questions also we try to understand. I try my level best to give very good clarity on how to match the list 1 with list 2 and pick up the correct answer from the codes given. Now, the first question for today's class is puddling of soil for transplanting paddy is done to control weeds and reduce rate of infiltration. Now, what are the functions of there are different systems of rice cultivation. Puddled and flooded condition is one of the most commonly practiced rice growing system. Puddled and flooded condition. Now, why puddling and flooding is done? It is to reduce the weeds and also to reduce the rate of infiltration. Okay, that's one. Infiltration of water. Now, second question for today's class, list 1 and list 2. In the list 1, crops are there. List 2, optimum time of sowing in northern India. Optimum time of sowing in northern India. Cotton is sown during the whole of May. Barley is sown first fortnight of November. Gram, that is, gram is most common, okay? That is sown second fortnight of October. Groundnut is sown in first fortnight of July. Once again for your academic interest, in North India, cotton is sown during the whole of May. Barley is sown first fortnight of November. Gram is sown in second fortnight of October. Groundnut is sown in the first fortnight of July. Now again, in the list 1, crop. List 2, weed specific to that crop. Weed specific to that crop. Now, what is the weed? Well, first, list 1, crop. Rice, lowland rice, Echinoclova crusgalli. Maize, Euphorbia hittu, Hirta, hitta. Euphorbia hitta. Okay. Wheat, Phalaris minor, Phalaris minor, Phalaris, minor. As far as uncultivated land is concerned, Lantana camera. Now, once again, for your academic interest, if at all spelling or spell is wrong, please listen once again very carefully. Crop, weed specific to that crop. Number 1, maize. Euphorbia, Euphorbia, Hirta. Okay, now rice lowland, Echinoclova, Echinochloa, crusgalli, crusgalli. Wheat, Phalaris, minor. Uncultivated land, Lantana. Now next bit. The sequence of sowing for Northwest India under irrigated conditions. Northwest India under irrigated conditions. How the crops are grown in the sequence. The sequence of how the crops are grown in Northwest India under irrigated conditions. The first crop is moong, the second crop is maize, the third crop is potato, the fourth crop is wheat. Once again I repeat, under irrigated conditions in northwestern India, the sequence of crops are the first one, moong, maize, potato, wheat. Now, a pair of pre-emergence herbicides. Fluchloralin and pendimethalin. Fluchloralin and pendimethalin. Irrigation efficiency is very low in India in irrigation farming. It is due to the irrigation efficiency in India is very low. What is the reason for that? It is due to large irrigated area is under canal irrigation system. This is the answer. The irrigation method best suited for an undulating topography is sprinkler irrigation. With reference to moisture potential in soils, which is not correct. Okay, the one which is not correct is turgor potential is not correct. Which is correct with reference to moisture potential in soil? There are three. Which are correct ones? The correct ones are matrix potential, gravity potential, osmotic potential. Which is not correct with reference to moisture potential in soils is turgor potential. Now, the crops suitable for cultivation in saline sodic soils are saline sodic soils. The crops suited for saline sodic soils are sugar beet and rice. The rice crop tolerates submergence because the plant has mechanism to transport oxygen through leaves. The unconsolidated material on the underlying rock is called regolith. Regolith. Active soil forming factors would include vegetation and climate. The mineral which is least weatherable in soil is quartz. Quartz. Now, list 1 and list 2. Now, okay, sulfate reduction. D-sulfotomacula. Sulfate oxidation, thiobacillus. Nitrite oxidation, rhodospirillum. Nitrogen fixation, nitrobacter. Now, once again I read for your academic interest. In the list 1 and the list 2. List 1, number 1, sulfate reduction. D-sulfotomaculum. I repeat the spelling. D-E-S-U-L-F-O-T-O-M-A-C-U-L-U-M. Okay, now. Sulfate oxidation. I repeat the spelling letter by letter. T-H-I-O-B-A-C-I-L-L-U-S. Nitrate oxidation. R-H-O-D-O-S-P-I-R-I-L-L-U-M. Nitrogen fixation. N-I-T-R-O-B-A-C-T-O-R. Now, the best estimate of the available P in phosphatic fertilizers is obtained from. Once again, I repeat the question. The best estimate of the available P in phosphatic fertilizers is obtained from water soluble and citrate soluble fractions. Now, another very interesting and very important bits that I would like to share with you include Mitscherlich's equation for evaluation of soil fertility is dy by dx. Okay, it is increase of yield per unit of growth factor. Dy by dx is equal to capital A minus capital Y in the bracket minus into C in the bracket, capital A minus capital Y into C. What is capital A? What is capital Y? What is capital C? Capital A is maximum yield. Y is equal to yield without growth factor. C is a constant. Now, the most important thing is the increase of yield per unit of growth factor as per. I repeat the equation title. What is the equation? Meteorologist. Meteorolist. Okay, for that equation, what is the increase of yield per unit of growth factor is dy by dx is equal to a minus y in the bracket into c. What is a, what is y, what is c? A is maximum yield, y is the yield without the growth factor, and c is a constant. Now, vermicompost is considered to be the better one. Vermicompost is considered to be better one. What are the reasons? Now, the question is asked like this. 1, 2, 3, 4 answers are given. You should pick up in the quotes whether one is only correct, or 1, 2 are correct, or 1, 2, 3 are correct, or nothing is correct. Like that, in the quotes you will get the answers. Now, the best answers are vermicompost is considered to be better because number 1, it does not require turning of the compost material. It does not require. Just we apply it. Needs less composting time. It takes place comparatively at low temperature. It has a higher enzymatic activity. So these 4 are given. In the course, 1 and 2 are correct. 1, 2, 3 are correct. 1, 2, 3, 4 are correct. None is correct. So like that, you should pick up the correct answer from the codes given below these answers. Now, list 1 and list 2. Gypsum. Gypsum is a calcium fertilizer. 17:17:17. It is a compound or complex fertilizer. SRPNTIN is serpentine. Magnesium fertilizer. Chelates are a micronutrient fertilizer. Once again, for your academic interest, list 1, gypsum. It is a calcium fertilizer. 17:17:17. It is a compound or complex fertilizer. Serpentine, SERPNTINE. It is a magnesium fertilizer. Chelates are micronutrient fertilizers. Now, the sulfate of potash is preferable to MOP for tobacco. In place of MOP, sulfate of potash is preferable. Why? Because the chlorine in MOP affects the burning. The chlorine in MOP, muriate of potash, affects the burning. Burning quality of tobacco. That's what. Again, list 1 and list 2. In the list 1, I read reactants used for preparation of fertilizers. In the list 2, fertilizer produced. Now, in the list 1, what are there? Reactants used for preparation of fertilizers. List 2, fertilizer produced. Now, first one, rock phosphate and phosphoric acid. Okay, superphosphate. Rock phosphate, phosphoric acid, nitric acid, and ammonia. Okay, nitrophosphate. Ammonia, gypsum, CO2. These are for ammonium sulfate. Ammonia, CO2 for urea. For your academic interest, once again I repeat, list 1, reactants used for preparation of fertilizers. List 2, fertilizer produced. Now, rock phosphate, phosphoric acid, superphosphate. Rock phosphate, phosphoric acid, nitric acid, and ammonia. These are for nitrophosphate. Ammonia, gypsum, CO2, ammonium sulfate. Ammonia, CO2, these are for urea. Now, see, last 2 bits for today's class. List 1, source of character. List 2, character explained. Source of character, okay, explained. Now, or character which is exploited in genetic. That way we see it. Okay, list 1, source of character, and list 2, character exploited. Number 1, Norrington, short stature in wheat. Norrington, short stature in wheat. That character is exploited genetically. Opaque 2, this is a protein content in maize. Diffusion, this is semi-dwarfing habit in rice. LR genes, resistant to Puccinia recondita. Now, once again for your academic interest, I repeat. List 1, source of character. List 2, character exploited. Now, Norin 10, short stature in wheat. OPEC 2, it is a protein content in maize. DZOGen, this is a semi-dwarfing habit in rice. L or genes, these are resistant to Puccinia recondita. A high-yielding semi-dwarf variety of rice was first developed at International Rice Research Institute, Manila. Once again, the last bit, a high-yielding semi-dwarf variety of rice was first developed at International Rice Research Institute, Philippines, Manila. Thanking you very much for your very patient hearing.